Imagine this: Kobe Bryant playing for the Clippers, Chris Paul teaming up with Kobe on the Lakers, chasing championships together, and Stephen Curry, not a Golden State Warrior, but a Milwaukee Buck. These scenarios might sound like fan fiction, but the reality is, these trades were very close to happening. NBA history is full of moments where a player's fate rested on a signature, a phone call, or a simple yes or no from an executive. This video is about those lost moments, trades that could have completely changed the NBA's trajectory, but never came to pass. Let's dive in. The 1996 NBA Draft. The Charlotte Hornets selected a young talent, Kobe Bryant, with the 13th pick. However, their plan was to trade him. The Los Angeles Clippers were eager to acquire him. Back then, many teams were skeptical of this high school prospect, but the Clippers were ready to take a risk. The trade was nearly done, until the Lakers stepped in. Jerry West saw Kobe's potential and was determined to get him. Ultimately, Kobe went to the Lakers and became one of the greatest legends the NBA has ever seen. In 2011, the NBA world was set on fire. Chris Paul was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe Bryant would no longer be alone. A deadly duo with CP3 was a guaranteed championship. But then, suddenly, everything stopped. NBA Commissioner David Stern vetoed the trade, citing that it was not in the best interest of basketball. That one decision may have prevented the creation of one of the most powerful backcourt duos in history. In the 2009 draft, the Milwaukee Bucks were set to select Stephen Curry with the 8th pick. However, concerns about his injury history made the Bucks hesitant. Instead, they opted for Brandon Jennings. The Golden State Warriors, picking just a few spots later, didn't hesitate to take Curry. And the rest, as they say, is history. Curry became one of the most lethal shooters the NBA has ever seen, changing the game forever. But what if the Bucks had been bold? What if they had chosen Curry? Maybe the Warriors dynasty would have never been born, and the Bucks could have changed the NBA's history instead. Tracy McGrady was a phenomenal talent straight out of high school. In the 1997 draft, the Chicago Bulls were considering trading Scottie Pippen and acquiring McGrady. The trade was nearly finalized, but Jordan wasn't on board with losing Pippen. McGrady never became a Bull, and instead, he went on to have a Hall of Fame career without a championship. In the summer of 2007, Kevin Garnett was ready to leave the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Lakers were the ideal destination for him. Kobe Bryant wanted him, and the trade talks were intense. But in the end, the Timberwolves decided to go with the Boston Celtics offer. Garnett joined Boston and won a championship, while the Lakers were left to continue their hunt for another title. But what if Garnett had gone to the Lakers? He and Kobe could have formed one of the most dominant duos in NBA history. Instead, that path was never taken. In 2012, Dwight Howard wanted out of Orlando. The Brooklyn Nets, with their new Brooklyn identity and support from Jay-Z, were eager to acquire him. The trade was very close to happening, but negotiations fell apart. Dwight ultimately went to the Los Angeles Lakers, where his time was filled with disappointment and struggles. But what if Dwight had joined the Nets? A new super team would have emerged in Brooklyn. However, that dream never came to fruition. In 1994, the Chicago Bulls were considering changes to their roster during Michael Jordan's first retirement. Scottie Pippen was almost traded to the Seattle Supersonics in exchange for Shawn Kemp. The trade was nearly completed, but at the last minute, the Bulls pulled out. Pippen stayed, and when Jordan returned, they went on to dominate the league. In 2014, the Golden State Warriors were looking to acquire Kevin Love from the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Warriors offered Klay Thompson as part of the deal, but they ultimately decided to keep him. The Splash Brothers duo was born, and the Warriors went on to become a dynasty. But what if Klay had been traded? Perhaps Kevin Love would have joined the Warriors, and the NBA would have seen a very different version of the Golden State Warriors. But the trade never happened, and Klay stayed, cementing his place as one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. Sometimes, the greatest stories are the ones that never happen. These trades, if they had gone through, could have not only changed a player's career, but the entire course of NBA history. But they didn't. Maybe it wasn't meant to be, or maybe it was just a matter of timing. Now I ask you, which of these trades shocked you the most? Which one makes you wonder, what if? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.